Hi and welcome to the Comedy Defect podcast. My name is Windsor Phonander. I am a comedian. I have had a very busy week this week. I'm getting married in September. I don't know if you know this. I'm trying to get everything together, and I was doing the gardening, trying to make preps for that, emptying houses, taking stuff to charity. My neighbour went mental at me because I cut the bushes at the back of the house, and my neighbour went mental at me because he thinks that it's stopping the sound of the traffic travelling to his house. I'm destroying the acoustics of his house. This guy is 2 doors down from me, and I was up a ladder at the time painting the house, and he was trying to tell me this, and while the guy was cutting the branches with a chainsaw, I was like, I'm sorry man, I cannot hear you. The guy did not see the irony of this, the fact that I cut down the bushes, ruining the acoustics. I couldn't hear him, but he didn't get that. I mean, well, what was I supposed to do? Glue the branches back on? He really lost his mind. And he said to me, it's people like you that are ruining this country. And I was like, well, that is a bit borderline, really. And he obviously voted out. That's what my week has been entailing: painting, cutting grass, bushes, and trying to get things together for the wedding. It's been mental. This episode I recorded a few weeks ago with a guy called Michael Daley. The only people I have on this podcast are people I really get on with. Probably not going to get my neighbour on this podcast. Well, I don't think we're friends anymore. But that's how it is. Obviously, this guy just does not like change. I mean, I get it. But it wasn't encroaching on his territory or his castle, but he just did not like the fact that I changed his surroundings, and even on the smallest scale. But the guy we've got on the show today is a guy called Michael Daley. He's a comedian. He does a lot of prop stuff. Really fun guy. I've known him for a few years now, and you're really going to enjoy this. I had a lot of fun talking to him. You can download us via iTunes, or if you download the Podbean app, I can see all the statistics, so I can lose myself in those. If you want to donate to the podcast, we're on Patreon. Just type in the Comedy Defect podcast, and we're there. You can donate to us. But if you can't donate or kick something back to us, just leave us a nice review on iTunes or Podbean, because it really helps. You can follow us on Twitter at The Comedy Defect, or you can follow me, and that's at Windsor Phonander, or you can visit the website, which is windsorphonander.com, to see all my live gig dates there. I'm going to get round to the Guinness Jokes Encyclopedia thing, which I'm going to read 30 pages, but I've been mental busy with neighbours, painting, got a bit of a cough as well. It's been really hot here. I hope you enjoy this interview and chat with comedian Michael Daley. So what have you been doing this week? Anything exciting or interesting?
Weirdly, something I haven't done today, but I got offered. I was supposed to be moving a shark today.
Moving a shark? And what kind of shark? Any particular kind?
It's a sculpture. It was at a hotel.
Oh yeah.
And I've been doing these, moving these sculptures for a few years now. I've got to know the artist, and they're huge. They're huge things. And I got offered that again today, and I'm sorry, I'm doing a recording.
Well, that's it. You know, you got to set your priorities. That's what you got to do. You know, I thought you were saying they're going to give you the sculpture. It's like, well, you know, do you want to move it, or can you keep it? So you've been doing that for a few years as well for posh people.
That's basically my housemate works for a gallery, and you know, some of these jobs are 10-men jobs.
Oh wow,
or whatever, and sometimes as well he's double booked, so I do a bit of that. That's slightly more interested in my proper day job, which is actually another job, which is newspaper delivery. So
yeah,
I enjoy working for the gallery, but it's only like one a month. That's the trouble.
So
yeah, millionaires.
Yeah. Did they ever give you any like decent, like, you know, kind of hesitate, or like, you know,
20 quid. 20 quid.
Oh, right.
Got two £20, 2 days running last weekend.
Do they look you in the eye when they're giving you the money, or they just kind of like, they just go, there's a 20, and they just like, they know you're going to take it? You don't look away. They go,
no, they go, have a drink on it. So
oh, that's all right. Nice. That's nice.
No, yeah. It's just see how the other half live. The guy last week, he had all these letters from John Major in his toilet.
Yeah.
That's how connected he was.
Wow.
Yeah, Jesus. I don't know, he's some retired army bloke. But,
God, were they laminated?
No, he put them in those little frames you get from, like the pound shop frames.
Yeah. Wow, you must really love John Major, huh? Letters from him, yeah?
Yeah.
Did they after he complained, or...?
I don't know. I didn't sort of read them all. I wasn't
taking
there
pictures.
that long.
You're taking pictures of all of them. Damn it! Never mind. Any other kind of cool like people you've bumped shoulders with?
Well, the thing is, they don't like you to talk about the work.
Right.
That you dropped it.
Yeah.
Because they think it will get nicked or something.
Oh, right.
I mean, you can't really. You need a crane to lift some of these things. The one with this Colonel bloke was very nice because it was a swan on takeoff.
Right.
And we were just delivering that, and we were just going to put it in his garden. Yeah, he had the stream going through his garden as you do. What he had done, unbeknown to the artist, he had gone and bought this oval piece of like mirror, but you can have it outside.
Okay.
And he put that down, bedded it into the lawn, and it just looked like water. It was brilliant. It's a particular mirrored glass, new invention. Amazing. So it looked like the swan was in an actual pond.
Wow.
And the artist was like, you've taken this to a new level.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And this is just some old bloke. He said, just went on the internet and Googled mirrored glass.
Jesus.
And laser cut. Oh, okay. But, these things are like thousands.
I bet the artist was like, Nick, I'm having that.
Yeah. I said to him, you're going to do loads of animals jump in water now, aren't you? This bloke already had three. He already had three of these. They're about 30 grand each.
The mirrors?
The
swan?
The sculptures.
Oh, right, the sculpture, right.
But they're life-size horses and things like that.
Wow, Jesus.
I've got some pictures, I'll show you.
No, but coming to Nick something like that, like, oh look, hey, mate, I've got a swan, I've got a nice swan for you. Oh yeah, cheers, yeah, I've been waiting for a swan, I've waited for someone to swell me a 30 grand swan, oh yeah. Where I live as well, I couldn't put anything out front, like a nice Buddha, or something that's gonna create some nice ambience to the front of the house or something like that. Because as soon as I put that out, someone's gonna nick it, and if they can't nick it, they're gonna smash it. Broken, thanks.
Do you remember there was a phase in the 80s people were nicking garden gnomes?
Yeah.
And then they would send a postcard.
Yeah, that was great.
With the name of the gnome signed, saying that he was in Spain.
Oh, I know. That's great.
It's got onto that.
It went round the world a few times, didn't it? Yeah, gnomes still go missing an awful lot, yeah, for sure. No one sends postcards anymore, do they?
No.
That's the problem. It's like, if you have to get an email address...
Die, don't they?
Just come back from IKEA. You're busking there, Mike. Michael's hat.
Just
threw his hat down and expected me to throw some coinage into it. You did well for a while, but hey, look, you didn't do that well. And I don't need change on me right now. Just in case people don't understand what the hell we're talking about, a hat has fallen on the floor, which is Michael's hat. That's why I thought he was going to be busking. But anyway, it works for a podcast. But yes, I went to IKEA today already. But yeah, it's IKEA, isn't it? I hate going. I didn't want to go. We went the first time, and myself and Mrs. went, oh yeah, we'll get the name of the thing, and we'll go back and we'll get it online. Have you ever been online for IKEA? It's a
nightmare.
It is. It doesn't make any sense. Right? Oh, where's the thing? It's like being in the shop. It's like they've made it exactly like the shop. You're like, well, where is the search thing? Okay, I've got to go through here. Oh, look, what's this? It's just so distracting, you know. So we finally managed to. Well, actually, my girlfriend managed to put the code in because it's too much. And then we were like, oh, wait, this doesn't come with the things that we want. The shop had the ones fitted how we wanted it. Website doesn't actually have it how we want it. It's got something completely fucking different. It's got like one rail and then like two drawers, and we wanted fully kitted out, fully pimped out, you know. So we had to go back today to get the thing done. You know, you're waiting in the queue, and there's people just cutting you up in the queue as well. And I was like, can you not see? This queue is here. It's not on the other side. Anyway, it was infuriating. I do hate IKEA. Things have gone up in IKEA though. They're not cheap anymore. They lured everyone in with like pound laundry baskets and 50p pillows, and now there's a cushion get for 12 quid. I'm like, 12 quid for a cushion? I'm like, you probably to put it together yourself. I hate it. I was like, so we did that, and then it was ridiculous.
I think IKEA is only good for one thing, and that is like the hot dogs and the meatballs and stuff.
Yeah.
At one time, I used to work in Finchley and still commute from Windsor, and so I passed IKEA Wembley every morning. So I went in there for breakfast. It used to be like £1.
169. It's 169 now. It's gone up. Even they've gone up. Food area now, don't they? Like a little court thing, a little supermarket section.
Yeah.
Which is, I don't know, it's filled with herrings and and other Swedish stuff, I guess. Those hot dogs, you're kind of looking, going, well, you know, they're a bit too cheap, aren't they? Really, you're not really sure what is in them. Oh, these are made of chipboard as well. Oh, lovely. You know, but you went for breakfast. Why did you stop going? What happened?
I just got changed shop basically. They used to move me around because I didn't mind travelling, whereas a lot of the other drivers only wanted to do their hometown for their home shop. So whenever recruitment came up, they would just advertise all the shops and see who applied, and then move me to wherever they didn't get anybody applying for. So.
Yeah.
Which is quite nice. I suppose I sort of had my fill at different areas after every sort of 4 years. So in a way, it wasn't bad.
Yeah.
I remember once going to IKEA. We needed to get a bit of furniture. This was me and my ex. We'd heard all these horror stories.
I love the way that you've broken up with her, and this is after IKEA, yeah? So was it the straw on the camel's back? She's like, well, fuck it! You know, you just left it there. You just walked away.
No.
Didn't help.
Yeah, we heard all these bank holiday horror stories.
Okay.
That you know, you couldn't even get round the North Circular for people going to IKEA and all that. So we thought we'll go the day before because we had to buy it for whatever reason quickly. So I thought we'll be there for 9 o'clock in the morning. So of course the place was deserted, and there was just one guy coming towards, and I was like, I recognise this bloke. Who's this? And my girlfriend went, That's Cobalt from Zodiac Mind Warp.
Right.
So he was in there at 9 o'clock buying a bookcase with his missus.
No.
So we went and said hi, because indirectly my girlfriend had a connection to him. He didn't know her, but her brother was a producer who had worked with him. So we knew of him, so we said hi. I said, this is Rick's sister. Oh, right, hi, and all that. And he goes, do you know, he said you're the only people that could have recognised me in here, and you have. I mean, nobody else knew who he was. You know, he's dressed quite down. Yeah, you know.
It's like comedy, isn't it? Comedy and IKEA, the great levelers, huh? they humble everyone. We came here for a fucking cupboard. I don't need a fucking laundry basket, okay? Look, we've got bulbs. We've got bulbs at home. We don't need the fucking IKEA bulbs, you know what I mean?
1,000 candles.
Yeah.
£5.
Oh, look, we have electricity at home. We do not need any more candles. Oh, they're scented. Oh, wonderful.
Last IKEA story. I have been in IKEA with a comedian, actually.
Oh, yeah.
Because I helped move her. And then she's like, well, the van's here, shall I go and get my new furniture? So I did that as well. That's my other job, moving comedians. I've moved 5 now.
They know you.
And I've had repeat business from 2 of them.
Oh, yeah? That's good, man. That's it. Comedy does pay the bills.
I've earned more from that than I have in actual comedy. More from moving comedians.
Oh, that's it. You know, the thing is, like, you know, some people branch off into sitcoms, and Michael, but you seem to have branched off into comedian removals. That's good. We've all got to find our place, haven't we, really? You know, this is it.
Hey, I'm sweating. I am actually sweating.
Yeah.
I think it...
What is it? Just thinking about IKEA?
Nah.
Just think about all the people you've moved. It's like, oh my god, it is quite scary, alright, in there. But
no, I thought, shall I name names? I was thinking, I thought, no.
No. We'll have to redact that, otherwise, you know.
Yeah, that's fair.
But well, I mean, unless they had some weird shit you had to move, what kind of stuff did they have?
No,
some
just
real freaky stuff.
All average stuff.
Yeah. Just microphones and just notebooks.
They're not even as interesting as that, really.
No.
Just very normal shit.
Oh, that's good. Okay.
For the benefit of listeners,
thanks for just carrying that torch on there.
I'm wearing a T-shirt with dice on. The other night, I was at a gig and. Remember, the audience came up to me and said, "Oh, I love your T-shirt, mate."
Yeah.
Another comedian came up and said, "Love your T-shirt, mate."
Right.
And you just as you start to feel quite cool and cocky about it.
Right.
Another bloke walked up and he went, "Really?"
Oh, no. Hey, well,
who I knew.
Yeah.
Who I knew.
Yeah,
like you're saying, leveller.
That's it. You had the buffer though. You had the 2 compliments and then a slam. That was it. You know, the rule of 3. Slam.
It's an album cover, actually.
Oh, is it?
For Lisa Hannigan. It's called See So.
Okay.
So these are actually material. You can see more on the album cover that she actually made that.
I guess they knew the cover itself, the album. I guess.
I don't think anybody does now.
Oh, okay.
I just like. Well, I like Lee's handling, but I actually like that design. So I thought, well, I'll get the T-shirt. Weirdly, although I'm really into music, I never been much into band T-shirts and parading who you like. I think the only time I've done it, if I like the actual design, I bought one of Lemon Jellies recently, which they have lots of bubbles on. Mm-hmm. It's a really nice T-shirt, and when it arrived, it was like for a 6-year-old kid. But so I gave it to a niece as a crop top.
But you've a bit as well that you have the washing machine bit, don't you?
Yeah.
Do you still do that bit?
No, I branched off, which I don't want to talk about too much, but I will.
No,
it's a new bit. I just talk about Ryan Adams for the whole set now.
Yeah.
I'm quite excited about that because I suppose that's combined my musical interest with my comedy at last. I've been trying to do it.
Yeah.
For years.
Ryan
Adams with an R. I quite like it. Obviously, it works on that play mixing the two guys up. And I've been more excited about that than any other piece I've written.
Yeah.
Because I think it's quite niche. It works well.
And that's it. You need the joy in it for it to flow anyway.
But it's getting longer and longer. And ideally, I thought it'd be great if I could write an hour on it. But I don't know if that is possible. I bought a job lot of his albums. I bought 15 the other day on Amazon. And it's weird, he's the sort of person that is successful but not well known.
Which is handy, really, isn't it?
Yeah, and I think that works better that most people don't know who he is here. I usually get about one audience member a gig who does. Yeah. Not so much so that
he's going to hate you if you do really well with this bit there.
Yeah, because it's slightly negative towards him in some ways, although I'm a big fan. Yeah, he's done 18 albums. Yeah. And and he's not a household name. So.
But does it work on the fact that no one knows him?
Yes.
Oh, that's good then, isn't it?
Yeah, it's
really
better.
That one person's just agreeing with you, going, yeah? And
yeah, sometimes they pipe up the answer. But it works okay because it works off somebody saying the answer and somebody else saying a wrong answer.
Got you, yeah.
Hard to explain it.
No, because it's a play on the word of Brian.
Well, that's one bit. There's lots of other bits. Guess the lyric and there's all sorts of bits.
I think I saw that the other night, and you did that. I saw little bits of that.
Yeah. It's getting bigger. It's getting bigger.
Oh yeah,
it's a longer set now. If I have only 5, I do the latter part now, the newer bit.
Did you paint your face like a clown and stuff as well?
That was actually just for a birthday party.
Oh, right.
I thought I've made more effort with my outfit for a birthday party than I ever do for comedy. So I thought, well, that's when I started to wear the Harlequin jacket there, was after that party. That was for, I'm sure she wouldn't mind saying, that was for Midge's daughter's party, who I vaguely know. I'd like to say friend, but I'd be exaggerating. I'd say more of an acquaintance. But she had a party and a gig. It was. She's been at Isle of Wight Festival.
Oh yeah,
and she had a stage there herself. It's called Circular Quirk, and they do all the clown and hoops and fire eating, I suppose, and all that sort of stuff. So she's gone into that sort of niche now, rather than singing, which she used to do. Seems to be a new successful thing for me.
Are you wearing the Harlequin jacket now, or are you just
no, I felt it didn't work with the music bit. I thought the sort of trilby and the average Joe jacket seemed to work better with that. I didn't want it to sort of detract, because Harlequin was a bit like a clown. I don't think it worked with the music.
Yeah, so. It can't just be half in, half out. Because if you go up there, I guess, with like a Harlequin jacket and the clown face, and then you start just doing your stuff, it gets a bit jarring, isn't it? Unless you were like fully clown and just sort of like do some weird stuff.
Yeah, I don't think I can. I'd like to. I've watched like modern clowns, if you like. Saw one especially at the Phoenix in London. He was great. I admire that, but I don't think I could write that sort of material. Well, if material's actually a bit of an exaggeration, really, isn't it? The clowning. It's all spurt at the moment, isn't it? In the moment. Sorry, that's how they really
I did a clown course the other day. I just wanted to see what it was like, you know.
Yeah.
I enjoyed the first half because it's like 4 types of clown, I think. Got like the tragic clown, pathetic clown, normal basic mime type thing, you know. Whoever's listening, if any clowns are listening to this, they're going to be like, no, it's fucking not that at all. Well, it doesn't matter. And then the last one is the buffoon, of course, right?
Right.
And I did this gig in Taunton the night before, and like everything I was emceeing, and I was everything I was doing, like I do a bit of material, they'd like it. Never felt that you had a handle on them. Like, you know, some gigs you go, right, got this, I know what they want, I'm doing this. You never felt like you're winning all the time, so you had to keep changing it, like a Rubik's Cube of just, okay, they've moved, okay, we need to change this up a little bit. In the end, I just had to kind of play with the audience and just talk to them, because there were a room full of characters. I had to clown. I was basically clowning, but that was the buffoon, you know, I had to keep them in line to police them in a way that staying fun, and you're being the joke, the complete, like, buffoon. So I did this course, and the guy, at the end, there was one part of it, right, like, you had a jumper, I go, now, pretend this jumper is a dog, and all of these other people who are in the class had done, like, all the other 3 types of clown. Well, I'm missing 3 clowns here in order to do the 4th clown. Okay, so I'm totally stuck. It was a nightmare. But there's different elements of the clowning that incorporate into stand-up, but it's only, like, it's like improv. You can only use so much of those types of improv skills, because it's not exactly the same as improv, is it, when you're doing a stand-up set? It's stand-up improv. It's not, give me a word. Okay, dungarees. You know, we did that gig, didn't we? Yeah. And we were like, oh, look, oh, wonder who's in improv here. How many people are wearing dungarees? Oh, you're all wearing dungarees. It's the improv uniform, isn't it? That's what we were saying. But it's not the same thing, you know. It's because they have something to banter off, don't they?
I remember, like, drama at what you'd call middle school.
Yeah.
I don't know. And again, with that, I'd go along with some of it, and then they'd get to that point where they'd say, pretend you're a teapot, and I'd be like, even at 7 years old, right, I've had enough now, this is shit. And I suppose it's the same with the clown. I'd only go along so much with the clown, and I think that I would say that's true for the majority of stand-up comedians. I can't see many of us crossing over. Yes, use elements by all means, but I think a lot of it would wind a lot of us up. Talking to some other acts about it, and they said that it's very intense, a lot of the clown courses, and in each sort of class there's somebody that ends up crying. It's that intense. And then the instructor goes, now you've got it. Each other was a great one. Well, I was taking the mick out of a friend of mine who did, and I said, oh, come on, the clowning course. I said, well, 50 different ways to throw a custard pie. And he's like, no, come on, it's so much more than that. But
at least 100, Michael. You don't have done your homework.
And then he was like, how are you going to get there? And I said, I'll go in the van, you know, I'll drive everywhere. And I said, the doors will fall off on the way there.
100 people in the van. Why did you get into comedy then, Michael?
This sounds like Britain's Got Talent story if I do it.
Yeah.
I was on Twitter. Initially, I wasn't even doing comedy jokes, if you like. I was quite into street art. That was the first thing.
Okay.
And I'd tweet pictures of stuff I'd found in London and a bit of background on it, and I met some of the artists and was a little bit involved in it. And then as you do, they used to have a thing that they don't now, where you could see random tweets of people you didn't follow.
Oh, okay.
That went a long time ago. I think it was just called a timeline, I think. And I saw this guy, Simon Evans it was. I didn't know him at all. Other people would have done it. I didn't know him at all. I just thought, this bloke is really funny on Twitter.
Yeah.
But it wasn't just... But then it went beyond just the funniness. I thought he's a very intellectual and interesting person. I liked all the other stuff he talked about. And then he said he was going to do a new warm-up for his show. Which I went to see at the King's Head. So that was my first introduction to the King's Head. It was a great night. I think I even ended up speaking to him. And I met some other Twitter people there as well. Matt Lees, who used to write... he wrote a lot of things, actually. He wrote a sitcom, which I've forgotten the name of, unfortunately. But he wrote a pilot as well for Lee Evans, the one where he's in the street and he's supposed to meet his girlfriend's parents and he goes to the wrong house.
Right.
He wrote that. Anyway, he was there as well.
This sounds
long-winded story.
This sounds like when Twitter was like actually when whoever you follow, you actually turned up and you actually literally did follow those people. You're interested. You know, because now this is old school, old-fashioned Twitter. When you actually gave a shit who you followed, and not just because they're following you. You know, it's insane, isn't it? Sorry,
I went off on a tangent. I could have condensed that, but it's nice to give a bit of background. So I saw the warm-up show that you did.
Yeah,
and then I
followed it.
went to see. I went to see the proper show at Twickenham.
Yes.
And I'm there in the audience.
Yeah,
and
right.
the MC comes up and he says, I'm sorry to say that the first act that's on isn't here because he's stuck in traffic. Fair enough. So he said, and the guy who's on after him has forgotten he's even gigging.
Oh no.
And we rung him and he's at home.
Right.
And of course the guy who's on third isn't due on till 10 o'clock. So no one is here, basically.
Wow.
So he said, does anybody want to get on stage and do a bit? Because he said, like, we're desperate.
Yeah.
And I thought, well, I've written a few funny tweets, so I could do these. And I thought, shall I, shan't I? And I thought, I don't know. And I thought, do you know what? I'll wake up tomorrow and kick myself if I haven't done this. Mm-hmm. So I thought, right, I'll go for it. And loads of people rushed up to the MC. I got there first, but loads of people rushed up. And I got on stage, I did my 1 minute, which was 5 tweets. And I still end up writing very short jokes because of that. And it was brilliant. Mm-hmm. I mean, the dog could have got up and they would have still laughed because, you know. So it wasn't anything on my ability, but I just thought that was amazing that you had control of that room and they were all laughing.
You got bit.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, my opening thing, which I just said off the top of my head, was when I got such a round of applause. I was like, why are you applauding? You've heard nothing yet. Which got an even bigger response. Yeah. So I thought that was great. And so I came off after doing the 5 one-liners. And I turned round and everybody else had bottled it. Which I'd have thought had been the complete opposite. I'd have thought, he's done so well, we'll go for it. They'd all gone. And I was like, can I go back on? And they're like, no, come on, mate.
Don't milk it.
Yeah, don't milk it, mate.
Totally confident then.
I was only going to read them out the next time. I had them on Post-it notes, literally. I thought I could probably get away with it, but no, they didn't. And I've never played such a big gig again.
No, full room.
And I've not even been back there either.
Downstairs at King's Head, yeah?
No, this is at Twickenham, at the Bearcat.
Oh, yeah, nice.
Yeah,
nice.
Yeah. So
that's
that
great.
was about 130 people, I think, were there that night.
That's a good first gig, isn't it?
That was nice. And then my first, if you like, proper gig was at Spoonful of Poison. Mm. And I walked through the door, and the first person I met was the legend that is Dangerous T, and he said hi. Yeah. And that was so nice, because, you know, it's all unfamiliar territory to me, so... That was just typical of the open mic scene that he was there at the first one.
He's been going a while, hasn't he? Dangerous T. He's been going. How long has he been going?
Well, it's rumoured 10 years.
It's rumoured, isn't it? It is rumoured.
I don't know, but yeah, he was at my first gig anyway. And every other gig.
The guy gets around, doesn't he? The guy does a lot of gigging. He does. He really does.
No, never mind. How did you get in?
How did I did a course. No, I did a course years ago in Stratford. 20 quid this course was. This was like for every Monday night for like 6 weeks. 20 quid.
Yeah, mate, you shouldn't do a comedy club.
20 quid. Around the back of this, like, the guy just had a joke book, and it was a little crate. You had to bring your own seat. And there were drinks, but you didn't really want to do that if you wanted to not get E. coli. I couldn't concentrate really on like I was, you know how like when you're younger, you're concentrating and someone's telling you something and you're going and my focus goes, you know when you
zone out.
Yeah, I zone in but zone out. You know what I mean? You kind of go, you know when you're talking to someone, right, and you're looking at them, and for some reason your focal length of your eyes kind of gets, their face just goes, whoa. Did you ever get that happen?
No.
Oh, I'm fucking weird. I did a gig at the end of the course, and we were supposed to do 5 minutes. I did 20 minutes. And I was so pumped. And I got booked for another gig, and I was like, yeah, I did 20 minutes, no problem. And then the guy booked me for his pub gig. It had been a Princess of Wales pub in Stratford, I think it was. Turned up there anyway, somewhere in East London. Died on my fucking arse so badly. I had one joke that went. The MC went, oh, that other joke wasn't too bad. That one joke in my set.
I think when you first start, you've got that little bit of enthusiasm, that little bit of naivety, and I think it carries you off. I think it's like a couple of gigs, and I think that seems to be true of most people. And then it's like there's something like the third gig, and then you die, and then you're back to reality of the comedy scene, and then you have to rewrite then for about the fourth one. I write every word out of my jokes. As I said, most of them are 140 characters governed by me starting with Twitter. So, but I'm trying, as I said earlier, I'm trying to get away from that now. But no, I write everything. Even my so-called ad-libs in my set are written. I just put on a different voice, and they sound like they're not as rehearsed as the other bits, but they're still rehearsed. Because I do a lot of driving, that's when most things come to me, and so I either tweet them as I'm driving, so I don't forget them. But this year, no, I struggled a bit this year because I was very prolific. I'm not saying it was any good, but I've got like 2 solid books full of material, a lot of shit in there. Because I basically, when I first started, or for a good year, I did a different set every week. It was just, some of it was topical, whatever. But then when I realised you're not supposed to do that, you're supposed to have a set, and I joined a proper comedy circuit then as opposed to variety night. I went back through it, and I could only pick like one out of each week. The rest was so bad, I realised. And so that's how I got my first set, was getting one joke from every week for like the past year. And that was it. No, this year I realised I'd hardly written anything at all. So I thought, oh, this is bad now. So what I did like 4 storytelling gigs. It was just to give myself a kick up the arse, I think. And I enjoyed those for that time because you were just given one word, and then you had to come up with 5 minutes. And I thought, I'm not going to prepare this too much. I had a rough idea of what I wanted to talk about. The occasion, because they wanted something from your past, which I thought was a good parameter. It had to be true, and it had to happen to you personally, not being told by a friend, because then you don't get the feelings aspect of it. So I did 4 of those. Yeah, I enjoyed it because I've only ever performed them once, and sort of off the top of your head. I mean, usually on the journey there, I sort of had a good think about it, but I didn't want to be too prepared. You could see the storytellers that were scripted, and you think, you've told that story 100 times. There wasn't many of those. Most of them, were pretty in the same sort of place as me with theirs. There were a lot of newbies as well, and then you saw the seasoned ones. But I think that gave me a sort of kickstart again. Work clashed with it then, so I've not done any more. But I think, definitely kickstarted me into doing it again. And then that's how I thought, well, what can I do if I'm not writing one-liners? I know I'll involve my other interests. Hence, I've gone full circle back to develop that.
So you're drawing
Ryan
from your
Adams set.
Okay.
Written about music, I suppose.
So you're drawing from your own life now, right? And like your
well,
interests.
my other interest, interests, yeah.
Well, that's good because then you have like an emotion to like a through line for each of your jokes. If you need, it's like, oh, well, that's how I feel about this.
Yeah.
And then so you can just tack everything else onto it throughout the set. And
I think we've all got to push ourselves and stretch and go in different directions, different times, and try. I've done a few things that are different. I'm not saying any of them were any good, but I think we should all have a go. I mean, once I did a mime thing with a piano. I only ever did that set twice.
A mime thing?
Yeah, I mimed that I was playing a piano.
Oh, mime, alright.
And I won't say his name, but there was a professional comedian there, and he was like, I really enjoyed that. Not many other people did, to be honest, but he said he did. As I said, I only did that twice. That was just to do something different. Another time, it wasn't really comedy, but I got to a gig and I put my set down and thought, no, I'm just going to talk about Twitter. It was more of a lecture. Talk about Twitter, and the guy that he was taken to court for the threatening tweet, and that's the thing.
Oh yeah.
Pun here. It all blew up. It all blew up, didn't it? And everybody was sort of threatened on Twitter, really,
right?
By can you say this and can you not say certain words? And so I was very involved with that, actually.
What was the tweet? I forgot.
It was a threatening tweet. It was to do with the airport, because he was expecting. I think it was a girl he'd never met. Who I think he subsequently. I think they're married, but I think it was the first time he was going to meet her. Wasn't it? Yeah, I think it was the first time he was going to meet her. I might be wrong.
Yeah,
but. It was to do with the weather and her arriving on the plane, and it was something like, if she doesn't get it, I'm going to blow the airport up or something. I'm paraphrasing, because we all copied the tweet afterwards, and everybody else sent the same tweet to see if we were all going to get arrested, which of course we wouldn't, to prove how stupid it was. Yeah. So I was quite involved with that. So I did a set just talking about how involved I was with that, again to do something different. Of course, there were certain bits of that story were mildly amusing. What I'm getting back to is about pushing yourself and doing something different.
What did you compare it with? Like, because it was one of the
I think one of the points that I made, and I sent it to his lawyer actually, was that he started with an expletive. Is that the word I'm looking for? He went something like it was almost like, oh shit. I thought, who sends a threatening tweet with oh shit? And also, one of the judges' points was that what if some hypothetical 60-year-old who's taking a flight sees this tweet while she's booking? And it was like, well, that's a load of bollocks. Only if you followed this guy would you see the tweet. And Graham Linehan was heavily involved in it, and he and Al Murray and this, that and the other. Went to court. There was a benefit gig, which I think I attended, and then there was a nice after party, which I attended, and then there was an inner circle after party within the after party that I attended. Yeah. So that was all quite nice. I got a nice quote from that, because Al Murray was walking past at one point, and he said to me, that's the only man that could get away with wearing that hat. It wasn't that one, unfortunately. It was the black cap. That was quite nice.
That's cool.
I had a chat with him about comedy, as you do, since he was there. And who else was there? Stephen Mangan, actor. East Wing, West Wing.
Oh, right.
I've one of those shows.
I've seen it, but I don't know which one he is. Is he the guy with the
sort of frizzy black hair? Because I didn't know who he was at the party, I must admit.
Yeah.
I knew he was a celeb. I got that. You can just get that straight away with some people.
Yeah.
But I personally, I had no idea who he was. I don't watch a lot of television. And I think even when I started comedy, I started to watch even less.
That's great.
I thought, especially comedy, at that time, I didn't want to get influenced too much. Now I've got past that and over myself, sort of thing.
Yeah, Netflix.
And I watch certain comedy now, but then some of that, after you've watched it, you think, why should I watch it? Yeah, some of these Life from Apollo, some of them are terrible, I must admit. Some of them are great, some of them are terrible.
Yeah,
I've seen some BBC Three stuff as well, and that was diabolical. Really? And that got taken off the air, obviously. BBC Three, and you think, I can understand why, because some of it was groundbreaking, but there was a lot of crap.
It's like with Netflix. There's a lot of people doing their specials for Netflix, and you're going, I've seen a few of them going, you should never release that. You should just waited at least another 4 years. Obsessive, isn't it? With comedy as well. And you're kind of right, I need to just kind of get this. But I'm like, okay, the notes. I need the notes. Yeah, but I need to finish watching this. And I'm like, my girlfriend's going, Winter, just get some sleep. This is getting ridiculous. You can't watch everything. No, I will. I will finish it all. And what I like to do is I like to people I don't like. I kind of go, do you know, you'll really like this. You should watch this. It's usually a film though. You have like, no, you watch this film. Oh, like Interstellar. Oh man, the biggest heap of shit I've ever watched in my life.
Somebody recommended, weirdly, they recommended that to me the other day, but I haven't.
Do not watch it.
Yeah.
It's 4 hours of your life you will
Jesus.
not get back.
No.
And it's so not worth it. The payoff is just so underwhelming.
Did you ever watch Lost? I never did.
No, I didn't bother watching it.
Well, I don't. Obviously,
I tried. I think I tried the first, like, again, if it doesn't get me after the first couple of episodes, I'm kind of done.
As I said, of not watching, recently I thought, well, maybe I should get back into watching some stuff. Not comedy, I'm just talking generally. So I watched Gotham. I thought the first maybe dozen were great, and I ended up watching the last episode of season 2 last night. So that's episode 22, I think it is. You know, the shrug at the end.
Yeah.
It started off so well. I know that's a bit of a cliche thing to say, but definitely the first series was great.
I am over all the Marvel remakes and everything now. Really,
I can't stand all that stuff.
But you've got like
Never watched
Daredevil.
No.
You've got Jessica Jones. All these things, they are so long-winded. This would happen faster than this in real life. It would be over. It would be over in a day. And this day seems to be going on for 12 days. If one of these episodes was a day, do you know what I mean? But there's not. Usually in the episodes, there's like 4 days goes on. It's like, how has nothing happened still? Why am I still watching this? This is hurting me. And everyone's like, oh yeah, but it's a really interesting story. It's a woman who's a superhero. Yeah, fine. I get that. Fine. But speed it up. Yeah, same with Daredevil. Okay, blind guy, correct. Speed it up. Okay, right. Everybody just get a little bit faster, please. I've got some shit to do today.
This is why you haven't seen me at a lot of comedy nights, because they're so Marvel orientated, and I'm not at any of those.
No, don't get me wrong. I like the comic books.
So we've alienated 50% of comedians.
No, I'm pulling this back. I'm pulling this back. I like the comic books. I do not like the new series because they're such a waste. It's like diluting everything. It's like, well, let's remake Total Recall. Oh, because why? Because people in it in the beginning weren't good looking enough. That's what it is. Oh, we're going to put some good looking people in it now. Oh yeah, the freaks, they'll still be good looking. You know, they'll be a 5. But the good looking people, they'll be definitely a 10 or 11, completely unrelatable. And there's no freaks in it. Arnie's not in it anymore. You know, we need someone who's on a massive amount of steroids to carry that film, because it was just so thin.
I'm glad you said that, because I wondered why they were getting so many remakes. And I hadn't worked out why.
It's selling it. They're just got to selling these people. These are new good looking people that you should look up to, and nice suit. Oh, that's like Hugo Boss. Oh yeah, it is, yeah. Oh, what, is that part of the plot? No, it's not. Oh, how did you squeeze that in? Oh, it was so deftly done. Oh, that's a nice watch. Is that Cartier? Yes, it is a Cartier. Oh, we're just going to go and chase this supervillain down now, okay?
Master.
Totally. Is that Aston Martin DB9? Oh, it is. How did you know? It's so ridiculous, isn't it? You know, a slow-mo with a watch just coming past the screen.
You thumped in somebody.
So yeah, you're saying do some sports now, Michael?
Yeah, well, I thought, well, I do so much driving that I'm sitting down.
Yeah.
I used to think it was different to being at a desk, but it's not. It's just a movable desk, and I'd get bad back and things like that. So I thought, well, I should do something active. When I was at school, I enjoyed badminton, so I thought I'll go with that. There was a nice club on a Monday where you pay one fee. It's a lot cheaper, and you get the whole evening.
Yeah.
But you can't pick who you're going to play. You play everybody within the club. That's the idea anyway. Apart from the pros, they don't want to play you. They tend to not put you against the best players, and the best players you can see begrudge playing somebody less than them.
Yeah.
But from my point of view, you don't get better by playing people that are worse than you or the same.
It's true.
You only get better by playing people better than you. So it's nice when you do. But that's every Monday, so that's ruled out Monday gigs now. But there again,
those Monday night gigs.
No, I like Jolly Roger, but I've done it a lot. But occasionally, badminton's not on a bank holiday, whereas Jolly Roger is. So I suppose I can still do it. Yeah, I've got into it so much now that last night I just couldn't settle for anything. Because working nights, you tend to wait for work.
Yeah.
And I have all my days free. I should be the most productive comedian on the circuit, but I'm not. You just wait to go to work.
Yeah.
So my housemate said, "Why don't we get some extra badminton in by just going for 1 hour today midweek, bit of practice for the Monday. That's only one-on-one, the midweek, whereas it's not on the Monday, as I was explaining. And the hour nearly killed us, because you do twice as much running. But
I'll play you sometime. I like badminton.
Yeah, it should. I'm wondering whether to set up a comedian's badminton thing.
Yeah.
I suppose it'd have to be in London, because most of them are. I travel, and most of those wouldn't want to come out to Windsor. But
That's not far from me. Windsor's not far from me.
Yeah. It'd be good. I'm very competitive.
That's fine. It's fine. You do those little cheeky little chip shots over the net.
Yeah.
I hate those. Oh, I hate those so much.
I get loads of shots that even these really good players, the county players, don't expect me to get. But the thing is, why I never beat them is because I missed loads of the easy ones.
Oh dear, those little chips.
What about you? What do you do for exercise? Sport?
I run a bit. I want to get back into my karate is what I want to get back into, but it's in the evenings, so it's a bit difficult, you know. But a friend of mine, Trey, has a club down in Winchester. He trains down in Winchester. He's got, I think, opened up another club recently. It's just a bit of a far to travel, you know, and he does stuff in the day sometimes, but it's kind of difficult to set aside times.
Well, I had a few years of, you know, predominantly just gigging, and I think I've got to expand even your life as well.
Yeah.
So one evening doing, I couldn't gig like last night anyway because I had to be at work. So I wouldn't have gigged anyway last night. Well, I would if it had been on my doorstep, because then I could still get to work on time. There was no local ones. So.
But as you say, when you're doing nights anyway, it's even more difficult really to set aside your time, isn't it? Because you say you're waiting even when you have the day free. Kind of not quite there. I say not the full, you're not the full deck really.
No, you're
just
not.
waiting for work. Going, god, just a bit zombified.
Yeah, because you don't want to wear yourself out, because then you're going to do a 6-hour shift.
That's it. So is it like 12 till 6, or what is it?
No, I mean I'm exaggerating slightly. Monday, I think, is if I set my mind to it. Tuesday, I could set my mind to it. I could probably knock it out in about 3 hours. Wednesday's a killer. That's about 6. That's the one I don't like. Thursday, I could probably do that in about 3 to 4 hours. Very easy, that one. It's on with a forklift and off with a forklift.
Oh yeah, nice.
I wish they were all like that though.
I bet.
Multi-drop on the Wednesdays, a killer. But I did to talk about work, I did about 3 days work on Wednesday this week. I had 3 jobs. I just went from one to another, and I think I had a little kip between the second and third job. And I thought, wow, I've earned X amount today. That's brilliant. And I thought, hang on, you've done 20 hours.
Wow.
So it's just 2.5 days in one day. So actually, that's just average pay, you fool. But that's why today, usually I end up not working on a Friday, because I packed a lot into because newspapers and stuff, you know, they all want it out early, so by Friday they're all winding down, you see. So that's why I don't usually have any work. This is the day I usually do my sculptures. And
your sculptures as well?
Painting, everybody wants to deliver it before the weekend. Yeah, we did a life-size horse in somebody's conservatory, celebrity.
Jesus.
And then 2 years on now, they moved back to their country of origin. So we had to get the sculpture ready for the regular removal people, because they didn't want to touch it, because you've got to know what you're doing. And very wisely, he contacted the gallery and said, couldn't we get it out just to the drive, and then the normal removal people take it from there.
Well, that's all right. Nice and easy then, just getting it out of the building itself.
Yeah, but like you're there for like 2 hours. These people have got 6 levels of garden to negotiate. Do you know what I mean? So it's a mission. So that was a proper job, just to get it out of the conservatory and up to his front gate.
But I love it when you said a life-size horse in a conservatory. Like, 'cause I don't live in that world of like opulence, So I just thought, a life-size horse in a conservatory. I thought there'd be room for nothing else.
How wrong you are!
That's what I was like, well, where the chairs go?
It's just in the corner.
That'd look a bit weird, wouldn't it? On this like 3 metre by 2 metre conservatory, I was like, yeah, this is getting a bit awkward.
Yeah, it wasn't even a focal point in there.
Totally.
It was.
It was like, everyone had to sit on the horse. All the
Whose
people
is a silver hat?
That is my girlfriend's. I don't know why.
What does she do? What does she do? That's what they're dancing when they're all in their life.
That's all she wears. That's all she wears. Just a silver hat, yeah.
They always have those on, don't
Well,
they?
I've got the witch's hat over there as well when I'm feeling really, really... And the...
Oh, I see. It's role play.
A bit of role play, yeah. And I've got the Viking hat as well when I want her to be like the shield maiden.
What is it really?
Well, that
I told you.
I just told you. I've got a broom over there in the corner as well. We like to mix it up a bit.
My ex used to enjoy that.
Yeah.
We had a massive piece of silver quartz on our... Because some therapists, let's say, for want of a better word, came to the house and advised us about this, that and the other. And they were to do with animals as well. We had quite a sick pet.
Yeah.
And they said, well, get the rose-coloured quartz because it takes away the negative effects of the television. Mm-hmm. So sit it on top of the television. It'll help you. But it was predominantly for the sick cat.
Right.
And you're like, yeah, okay, we'll do it. To be honest, you're quite sceptical with most of these people. Weirdly, 6 of the cats fucking ignored it. Why would they? The one who was ill jumped on the top of the television and sat on the bloody rock all the time. The piece of quartz.
Did it get better?
It did get better. It did get better. So
I thought you were
whether it was that, who can say? Because we're not stupid, so they're still under the vet as well. So you can't prove anything one way or the other. But I did find that odd that particular cat was the one that was drawn to it and would sit on top of a lumpy piece of rock.
Yeah, that's
it was not smooth, rose quartz.
That's it.
You know what I mean? Interesting, maybe rather than funny. Better word.
I thought it was like, and the cat and the television fell on the cat and killed the cat.
Yeah.
When's your next gig, Mike?
I've got one. Sarah Mason has organised.
Oh yeah. Well, she's running a night now, is she?
She's running a night, but this is more of a special.
Ooh.
Lost Theatre. So that's on the 31st of July.
Yeah.
I'm booked for a little local gig in Reading on the 23rd. Yeah.
Right, so you're on at the
Comedy in the Crown, St Albans.
Comedy in the Crown, St Albans.
On the 19th of July.
Gig. Yeah.
That's nice. I've done that before. I'm doing it, which is quite nice, with all the High Wycombe comedians. So we're all going up in a little car share.
Nice.
Oh, I've actually got more on than I actually thought. 16th of July, there's a music festival in Coventry, and I'm actually doing a spot at that. So that'll be quite nice. And the 3rd of July, I'm in Eastbourne. June is looking completely empty. That's not to say I won't do any gigs, because I tend to turn up, but sometimes I get refused, even when I'm hoping to, but I will be gigging in June. I just don't know where yet.
Yeah. And we can follow you at The Glory Mill.
Yep. And that's my Twitter handle.
Yeah, and your Facebook page is Michael Daley.
It's Michael Daley, yes. Yeah. I got asked once, why did I pick that name for a comedian? And I said, because it's my name.
I'm incredibly imaginative.
Why would that be a made-up name?
Well, welcome to my world. Welcome to my world. Everyone goes, "Oh, is your name Windsor?" Yes, that is my real name. I didn't think of a name. Why would I put myself through that? Why would I do that? It's just ridiculous, isn't it?
Yeah, but at least it's unusual. I think somebody would say, well, you pick that because it's quirky, people remember it. You might have made that up. Michael said, why would you pick that as a comedy name?
But there's a lot of people. Yeah.
Everybody in Ireland's called Michael. Everybody in Ireland's called Daley. And my parents decided to combine those two unusual names.
Could have been called Brian O'Brien. At least you weren't called Brian O'Brien, hey? But, come on, that'd be incredibly unimaginative. At least it was two different names. Yeah. It was or Daley O'Daly. That wouldn't be good either, would it?
Yes, because it is a first name, obviously, with Daley Thompson, so it has been done. I thought you were talking out your arse when you first said it, but I remembered.
It has happened before.
It has happened.
I apparently look like Gary Neville. I used to look like Gary Neville.
Yeah,
the goatee. Of course, Gary Neville's dad is...
Neville or Neville?
Neville. Neville
owner.
Oh.
Why did I say that?
Well, maybe that's how they say it when they read it. Go, Neville. Oh, Neville. I say we could find you all those dates then, Mike. Your Twitter handle, which is The Glory Mill. And we have your dates on the Twitter as well, or do you just
No, I haven't. No,
I find them on the Facebook and all that stuff anyway, isn't it?
Sometimes I publicise it, sometimes I don't. I should publicise more. Everybody's talking about, promoting yourself now in the comedy scene.
Yeah.
And certain people, I don't know if you've noticed on the comedy scene, refer to themselves as a brand.
A brand?
A brand.
Is that like Russell Brand? Comedy. Killing this podcast. Killing it. Driving it into the ground.
I had a gig in Reading once.
Yeah.
There was a fight.
Okay.
And
yes.
we're in the basement there. And two people from... Well, I say the basement. We're in a pit, more. Mm-hmm. It's not a basement.
I know what you
mean.
There's
no ceiling.
Mm-hmm.
And two members of the non-audience, people not listening, crashed through a balustrade and fell into where we were performing. Just missed Rodders, so he'll know which gig this is. To be fair, he carried on doing his set.
Fair play to him.
And they carried on fighting whilst they were landing.
They really
Turns out they were mates, and they were friends afterwards.
That's good.
And they paid for the damage, sort of there and then with a cheque, as you do.
Wow. With a chequebook? Jesus, who carries around a chequebook these days? You got contactless. These guys, wherever this gig is, which we know, is pulling out a chequebook. They went old school. It's in the West as well, isn't it? It's the Wild West. I know where that gig is.
If I keep moving my arm, I've got a problem with this arm. This is one of the things that I thought I've got to get fit for, but... Of course, this is my left arm, and I don't play badminton with my left arm. But I have to keep moving it all the time. I was shown this exercise the other day, and they said, how far can you move your arm back? And I went, like everybody else, if I was to do handstand, I'd be able to manage it, and I went like that. And that was as far as I could get.
Oh, shit.
Got better now, because I'm doing it more. But I was only there.
Yeah. Look how far you've come. Oh no! It's progress. Everything is progress, Mike. Isn't it? Oh no, this has been fun, Michael. I think we've done it.
We've done it.
Thank you for coming on the Comedy Defect, Michael.
I've really enjoyed that.
Oh, good, yeah. And we'll have you back on again another time.
Excellent.
And we'll be talking about more of IKEA, and we'll have more stories from IKEA.
More DIY tales.
Yes. And
DIY store there. That's what I should have said. More DIY store. We'll talk about B&Q next.
Yeah, that's progress.
And that was episode 6 with comedian Michael Daley. Whenever I meet Michael, we always have a lot of fun on or off stage. He's a great guy, and I hope that showed through. I really am enjoying making every single one of these episodes. It really is so much fun. I'm enjoying meeting the people that I know and actually having some time to spend with them. I started off wanting something from it, but now I just want to do it because I'm thoroughly enjoying doing every one of these episodes, even editing. I'm reliving every moment. It is so much fun, and I'm really an awful lot about myself and how I speak, and sometimes it really bugs me. It's like you start off a sentence or a conversation, and the person that you're interviewing will say something to you, and then you'll repeat the same thing they've said to you back to them in a different way. Now I'm trying to stop doing that, and also going to try and stop saying, and like, and yeah, that is really pissing me off, my own voice. A lot of people think the comedians like the sound of their own voice. Yeah, when you start to say the same things repetitively, it starts to really grate on me, and I'm sure it grates on you as well. If you want to follow us, we're on Twitter. It's at The Comedy Defect. If you want to follow me, it's at Windsor. If you want to follow the Guinness Jokes thing, which is going to start happening soon, it's at Guinness Jokes. If you want to see my live dates, which I've got coming up, we can come see some of my stand-up, you can find them at winterphonander.com, and that is my website. You can see all my live dates and come see me there and come say hello. If you want to donate to the podcast, you can donate via Patreon. Just go to the Patreon website and type in The Comedy Defect Podcast, and we're there. If you want to donate, do. If you can't, kick back something to us. Just find us on Podbean or iTunes and leave us a nice review. Guys, I'm loving every episode I'm making and every person I'm speaking to. It's great. I just feel like I'm making a massive connection with these guys, and I hope you're enjoying them too. But that's it from me for now, from The Comedy Defect. We'll see you next time.